Alright people, we are live. Now, the idea here is this concept is made from, I guess, AI. It's safe to say it's AI. Of course, you can check out the profile of the girl that I'm pointing at in the description of this video, where you can find also links to my courses in ArtStation and whatever. But if you check out her profile, you will notice that, let me see, you will notice that her other works are not in the same level of this one. So this is her best work, but yeah, and also probably it's not her work. It's most likely it's AI. That's why I'm saying. The idea is that when you see and look at the hair, sometimes the hair doesn't make any sense. It looks good on a first glance, but it doesn't make sense. In this area here, for example, in this area here, it doesn't make too much sense, and the AI can do that. And overall, it looks great. That's why I chose this for a concept, and I will do just the head and the hair this time. But yeah, I was watching some videos while I was practicing yesterday about what makes a psychopath, you know, because when I'm always saying that if you need to be a good artist, you need to be a little bit of a psychopath. And it's not just a little, in my opinion. You need to be a lot of psychopath, maybe. But not too much. And also not every psychopath is a killer or serial killer or whatever. Many psychopaths are CEOs of big companies. They are politicians, many, maybe most. Some of them are whatever, some of them are because psychopaths usually are smart people. They're smart, but they don't have emotions. They don't understand the values of that normal people understand the same way. And many artists are like that too. You know, many artists, they feel like there is, especially when they grow up, they feel like they're grown up in society that doesn't give them the rule book. You know, there are rules, but you don't know them. And you go out in the world and suddenly you have to know the rules of the world, but you don't. Nobody gave you the book. And if you feel that way, you probably have something like, you know, something from this sociopath or psychopath or something of that nature. A little bit, of course. Nobody said that you are a complete psychopath or a sociopath, but you have something of this in yourself. You cannot quite understand some things that people do. Many things that people do, which I am like that, yeah, for a long time, but it's fine. Now, as you can see, when you grow older, of course, you get more experienced, and these things are, you know, you're getting okay. It's not a problem when you grow old, but before that, it's let's see. Blue shirt Nico is back. It's not exactly blue shirt, but it's something like a blue shirt. What time is in your place now? It's early, and now it is almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon here in Bulgaria. 4 in the afternoon, and I'm doing this a little bit earlier than usual. Yes. Obviously. Why? Because I decided that we can try a little bit earlier hour, especially today. It's Friday, so it's you know, usually Friday when I stream there are not too many people watching, you know, because it's Friday, and Saturday also is the same. Friday and Saturday are not very good for streaming, but usually that's when I have most time to stream. You have to watch more the concept, by the way, because I did that concept, I think, 2 times at least, for practice, and now I feel a little bit confident, which I shouldn't, and I'm not watching the concept as much. So what's characteristic about this girl is the small pointy nose, the nice red lips, of course, and the very, very thin chin. So the chin has to be pretty thin chin, okay? Thin chin is the best. Okay, I made this area here very, you know, like a skull, which we shouldn't do as much, especially when we do a girl sculpt. We should be careful with the skull features with a girl. And overall, from the nose down, we have to go back. So let me just turn on, just to show you a little bit. Hopefully nothing will go wrong when I turn on my Epic Pen. Epic Pen is the application that I'm using to draw on the screen. Oh, Nico, hello, you're perfect, I love you, I think you're the best YouTuber. That's very flattering, although we all know that it's not true. But it's flattering. So, here the nose, and from the nose, the mouth usually, with a female, it doesn't go like this, and then the mouth here, and then the chin here. No. It goes backwards, like this. Like this. So, the upper lip will be here, the lower lip will be behind it, backwards, and then the chin will be behind everything. So, everything will be behind each other, and the nose here. So, yeah, that's what I wanted to show a little bit, and we will see how it will go, of course, at some point. It starts to take shape in the 6th minute, and now I will add more polygons with R, and you see, of course, my shortcuts while I'm using them, which is great. Ask me some questions, because I don't have, you know, I don't have a theme here to talk about. Although we can talk about a lot of things like AI, we can talk about politics. I always like to talk about politics. Because these days, especially when the shit hits the fan, as it does a year and a half ago in 23rd of February, yeah, all of us starts to be more interested in politics, especially me. I'm not sure about all people. Of course, young people usually are not that interested in politics. But in this day and time, I don't know, politics are kind of mandatory. You cannot hold yourself away from that much anymore. Now I'm inflating the lower lip, but I have to keep it back, so I'm going from the side view, keeping it backward. Here I need a little bit more volume on the side of the lips and smooth. So I'm adding volume here and there, then smoothing. We need to cut this a little bit here and smooth. So those eyes are a little bit too much in. Always go from the bottom and make sure your eyeballs have this kind of a half sphere shape. Otherwise it will be bad. It would be bad. Now, I think I need to move the nose a little bit up and the mouth up. Closer to the nose. You see, the distance between the nose and the mouth is very, very small. In my case, it's not that small. That's why I need to move it up. And of course, if she doesn't came out the same way as the concept, it will be my fault, because I'm not that good, you know, and that's the only reason. But we need, remember, we need to do the hair also, at least kind of. I mean, I will not do the hair perfectly, because for 2 hours it's, let's say it's not impossible, but it's not very possible. Yeah, we may say it's not ultra possible. Maybe somebody can do it. I'm not saying that they can't. But since I'm one of the fastest sculptors I know, I would say it's pretty difficult to do it perfectly. But we'll do it anyway, somehow. Maybe not perfectly. Somehow we will. So the mouth, let's see, the mouth has to be this kind of a horseshoe shape, so curved. And it has to go in this area here. We will, you see, I'm keeping it at very low poly. Now the faces of this face, the faces of the face, the polygons are 34,000, 34,500. So they are very, very low. The polygons are super low, and I'm keeping it this way until I get the main shapes. And it takes time, as you can see. Of course, now we are 10 minutes into the sculpt. And yeah, maybe sharper chin, because she's a female. Usually females have sharper chins than males. When we are making them stylized, when we are talking about realistic stuff, then it's not exactly like this. Sometimes there are girls with very, very sharp chin, but it depends. Here I will push both sides of the eye, and then I will make the lower eyelid in here. And then when the upper eyelid, when it's ready, I will just adjust it with the grab brush. And you see, it's super low poly. There are not many polygons, but this is how we roll. Now the eyes should be a little bit bigger. So let's make them bigger. Here I will push the corner of the eye like this. And yeah, so the upper head is a bit too much. She's like some kind of alien, so we will fix that. Overall, it's not bad. I mean, it's not exactly the concept now. It's something like more like a normal face. But when we up the resolution and we do some stuff, probably we will be getting there. Now we have 100 viewers exactly, which is great. I will narrow the nose. When you narrow the nose, usually it starts to look more feminine. So be aware of that. When you have problems with your feminine, if your sculpt is looking more feminine or no, just narrow the nose. Just make it point more upwards, like this. Make sure your neck is thin, and those things should kind of lead you to better femality. Femality is something when it's more feminine. Femality, wow. Yeah, I'm inventing words now. So now this, what I'm doing now is the hair. We will do the hair. And I will do just a big form of the hair first. And so this is this part here. We will have this bottom part. It will go forward. This will be... okay. Let's see here. And we will have it down this. Control R. So we will do Control R, which is remesh a couple of times, because we need to. This thing will be above the ear. Let's see, where is the ear? It's here, okay. We will have this thing in here. Hello from Romania. We have Romania here. Even 8-year-old kids talk politics here in Turkey. Yeah, of course. In Turkey, especially with your now completely dictatorship, Mr. Erdogan, of course. Erdogan, I think it's pronounced Erdogan. We call it in Bulgaria because, you know, you are not saying the G, but we are saying it here. So Erdogan is, when Bulgarian medias are talking about him, they are talking Erdogan. Yeah. We have a, by the way, we have a Turkish party here in Bulgaria, which is very strong. And their leader is called Doğan, just Doğan, Dogan we are calling him. He is Doğan. He's the leader of the... It's not exactly Turkish party, but since the leader is Doğan and there are other, you know, Turkish people, so yeah, it's pretty strong because we have a lot of Turkish people living in Bulgaria. They live here for many years. They're, you know, their grandmothers and fathers are from here, but they still speak Turkish. They watch Turkish TV and they consider themselves Turkish. They are like whole villages full with Turkish people. Also, some towns even, which are closer to the Turkish border. So yeah, we have it. Hi from North Korea. Ooh, North Korea is here. Haha, I doubt that. North Korea is, it's impossible. Although the embassy is, I always tell, the embassy of North Korea is very close to my, to where I live. It's like 100 meters from my position right now. So, so you can easily find me when you know the embassy of North Korea in Sofia. Where is it? You can find it, and then you can find me. Dun, dun, dun. Stalkers. You can find me. Will you sculpt a baby head or a old person? Maybe someday, why not? Who is this girl? Is she from a game or so? No, probably not. I'm not sure. Use a tablet. Yeah, I'm using a tablet as most people who are sculpting. You know, I can use a mouse for sculpting. I can try to do a stream someday with the mouse, just for you to see how I can curse in many languages, because it will be a pain in the somewhere. It's gonna be very painful. But of course, I've tried to sculpt. Last year, I was in Turkey, and I was about to leave the hotel, but there was a couple of hours left. But I already have put my tablet into the bag, and I was on my laptop, and I said, okay, let me try to sculpt with a mouse. And I tried, and I spent like maybe the first 20 minutes were the most painful. Then I started to get used to it a little bit. So it's not as big of a deal, you know. Hello from Lagria. I don't know what Lagria is though. Much love, you're the best. Thank you. Lagria. Lagria. Is it a country? Really? Lagria. Maybe it's some kind of a town? I haven't heard of country Lagria, so it's interesting for me. Me very long time, not time watching your video. Yeah, not time watching, time, no time. Hello from Uzbekistan. Hello. Nico, you live Brazil. Brazil is here. Nico, you live in apartment. Yes, I live in apartment. Hello, Bulgarian guy. Yeah, I'm a Bulgarian guy. Bulgarian. The Bulgarian guy. And we are starting to get something which resembles the hair a little bit. And when we work on it, now we are working almost 20 minutes on it, and it's having kind of an overall look, which is good. Maybe if we work 1 hour more, it will be a little bit better. The problem is when in the beginning everything is coming out very fast. So for 20 minutes we managed to do this, which is almost resembling the character. But in the next hour, for example, it will not be much better. It will be just a little bit better. That's the problem sometimes. And if I spend even like 3 more hours on it, it will be just overall better looking with more detail, and everything will be more, you know, come together. But it will not look much more different than now. So yeah, sometimes that's a problem for me, but for you, not so much. Algria in North Africa. Maybe you mean Algeria or no? Here in Spain there are a lot of Bulgarians. I have 3 colleagues in my work, and they always talk in good way of socialist Bulgaria. yeah, socialist Bulgaria, amazing. By the way, socialist Bulgaria, I imagine it's, and not only Bulgaria, the socialist bloc, the overall socialist countries, which are Serbia, even Romania a little bit, of course Russia, Ukraine. The people that have grown in those countries back in the days, we are having this kind of psychopathic thinking a little bit because of how they are treating us. I mean, in schools, at home also, you don't have feelings. You cannot have feelings. Feelings are something that are forbidden. You just have to think straight. When you hurt yourself, for example, you are a child, you hurt yourself, and nobody cares. Nothing happens. It's okay. You're okay. Don't cry. Stop crying, and stuff like this. And this kind of thing have made us a little bit of a psychopaths, and I see it in Russian people also. They have to be strong, and the Balkan people also have to be strong, have to be tough. No feelings, just toughness. Everything. And that's a problem. That's something like we are crippled a little bit from feelings, because feelings are something that you have to have. Empathy also. Empathy is very difficult. It's very difficult to have empathy when you were young. Nobody have had empathy for you, and you don't know what empathy is. You cannot feel empathy. When you see somebody in pain, you say, okay, it's normal. You hurt yourself, you're in pain, it's fine. I also don't have too much empathy. It's just the way I was raised. But it's cool. It's cool. We are learning sometimes. I mean, with all the movies and the TV shows and internet, YouTube videos and everything, we are learning. Especially those of us who are trying to learn, because I'm sure there are people that likes what they are. When you don't feel and you are cool, whatever happens, it gives you the false feeling of strength, and people are seeing you and say, "Oh, this guy is very strong. His kid died, but he's like smiling and putting jokes and stuff. He's super strong." But you don't know what's inside. It will eat you inside. You cannot express it. You cannot kind of throw it out. You keep it inside. You push it. You smash it. All the feelings, and at some point, it will be bad. At some point, you will get the shotgun and go to your workplace and do certain interesting stuff. For example, I'm just saying, that's dangerous. So people, especially kids, they have to learn empathy. They have to learn social behaviors. They have to learn all those things. Otherwise, and they need to be loved. Every kid need to be loved. I think most psychopaths really have grown up without too much love and too much attention from their parents. Some of them don't have parents, or they are grown up in some certain homes. But of course, this is my theory. It's not supported by any evidence. I'm just saying. But it's interesting, like a theory, In my family, love was not something that you say. Yeah, my father, he showed me love. He was hugging me and stuff like this when I was younger, when I was a kid. But we never talked about this, There was no talking about love and, these things. It's impossible. Do you know Amir Temur? He is from my country. No, I don't. No. What brushes do you only use? You can check out my other videos in my other channel. I mentioned that a lot in just the normal speed chart channel. You can check out that channel and you will see what brushes am I using usually. Mostly. There are like 10 brushes, not more. Yo, Nico, me watching Myanmar. Oh, Myanmar is cool, yeah. Algeria also. Your live sculpts videos has touched many lives. So yeah, I see what you've done here. Live sculpts videos touch many lives. Very interesting. Hello, dear bold tutor. So professional Bulgarian guy. Привет из России, товарищ. Привет вам тоже. Так, так. Так точно. Now, let's do something interesting. I will get from here a little bit of a hair and inflate it. You know, as you can see, you can do everything from everything. So if I have to do this here for professional purposes, usually I will do the same as I'm doing now. I will do it from one mesh, and then when I feel like it's good looking overall, it has a nice shape, I will go and probably remake some of the shapes separately, make them as a separate meshes. At least that's my idea. Now let's go and try something interesting here. Tool, let's go to tool, stroke, and let's go down to stroke and stabilize stroke. When we go to stabilize stroke, we can do this, and this will be better for doing here. We will be able to do smooth lines with the stabilize stroke. Stabilize stroke is for the win forever. Okay, here I will remove the stabilized stroke at some point, but for now we'll just keep it. And yeah, the concept is pretty good, as you can see. It's pretty nice, but I have my doubts that it's really from that particular girl, because her other works is not as good. They're also not in the same style even, so I have my doubts. And many of you, which have this thing called critical thinking, which is very important these days, will probably agree with me that there are some things. Of course, if somebody knows her, maybe you can ask her in ArtStation or whatever. You can ask her if she really does made this drone from scratch, or is it an AI work. And this work doesn't have any other pictures. It's just this picture, and it's like this. It doesn't have here hands, which also is something of a thing that show that it's probably AI. Usually AI doesn't make hands, or if it does, especially a couple of months ago, they were bad. They were bad looking, and that's why artists are not showing the hands of their AI works. And if you're a good artist, of course, you can always remake the hands, and that's it. So you make the AI, then remake the hands and other things, because there are other things usually, and it will be perfect. It will be your art. Of course, it will be cheating, but still, doesn't matter. And by the laws, which I see now are applied, by the laws, AI art is not copyrighted. So you can make something with AI, and you cannot copyright it for yourself. If you post it somewhere, everybody can use it. It's not a problem for that. But if you, for example, fix the arms, the hands, and other stuff, then the fixed things are yours. They are copyrighted. But the overall image, which is mostly AI, it will stay not copyrighted, you know. And I see some AI artists, if we can say AI artists, but it's not exactly artists. They are more like manufacturers, maybe, or something. It needs a little bit of a skill to make AI, but not as close as real artist skill, of course. It's more technical stuff to learn how to make the overall prompts and not too much more. So okay, we have it now. Now let's return to the hair, to the head, because the hair is like, okay, Nico, I'm 22 years old and I became, bald like you. Really? I became bald like you. I hope I would be a good sculptor like you also. Yeah, this is of course when I was like, I started to become bald when I was, let's say 20, 24, something like this. Yeah. Psycho either were born that way or transmatized into that. Exactly, transmatized into that is important. When you are born psycho, you have a little bit of problems in your brain, but you live in a good family. They love you, they take care of you, they pay you attention, a lot of attention you get, and probably your psychopathic traits will not develop as much. So you may even develop some feelings and other stuff, which is interesting. Nick, what do you say about mouse sculpt? Do you have any model that you sculpt with mouse? If can you show? The model with the mouse will be almost the same, or the same. I mean, it's the skill. It doesn't matter with the mouse or with the tablets. It's the skill that matters. So with a tablet or with a mouse, I can do similar stuff. And I'm saying that, and I will show you someday. Not now, because now we are doing this and it has to be fast. With a mouse it will be slower, but the quality will not be worse. But it definitely will be slower, especially in the beginning. Because I'm not used to work with the mouse, you know. To sculpt with the mouse. Not bad. Thanks for courses. Yeah, you don't have to thank me for the courses, except if you downloaded them from the torrents, then you can thank me. But if you buy them, then you don't have to thank me. You bought them, so it's cool. Do you think moving to Bulgaria is a good idea for me trying to cut their taxes? Because you said in one of your previous live video corruption is high up in this country if you make a lot of money. Moving to Bulgaria, it's okay. I mean, but it's better to know the language, which usually is not the case with most people. Although we have some digital nomads here in Bulgaria, we have very good internet in most places, especially in the capital. Our internet is one of the best in the world, which is great. Also, the standard of living here is not very high. For the European Union is pretty low. And that's why people are coming here, working remotely, and spending their money here for, you know, living cheap, which is great. But it depends from which country you are, you know. Hello Nika, I wonder where you're working now. Are you working in a company or as a freelancer? You may say I'm a freelancer, although I don't do too much freelance these days. But if there is a freelance, and if I like it, and if the money are good, I am working freelance. Other than that, I am just, you know, living out of my courses, and that's it. That's why you buy my courses, or that's because you buy my courses. If nobody is buying my courses, it would be difficult to live from the courses alone. But since people are buying them, because obviously they are good, I'm a modest guy. My score in Udemy, the overall score is 4.8, which I haven't seen this high score in any other tutor in Udemy. And I will tell you why is that. Because I am doing my courses with camera, and most other people don't do that. And it's kind of more, you are more in touch, you are more close. They feel, the students feel that you are closer to them when you're having camera on and you're constantly talking about some stuff, some other stuff, not only just dry teaching stuff, but some other inspirational things, we may say, or even things that are not exactly have nothing to do with the 3D, but still life experiences, which also can be useful. Have you heard about the game that was dubbed by AI? No, probably most of the games nowadays have to be dubbed by AI. It's cool. But Nico, another time YouTube told me late about the live. But it's cool. You just go to the Discord server, and there I always announce like half an hour before I start. I announce it in the Discord server, I give the link. I recently started watching your sculpting videos and I really liked how you make such complex art so quickly. I had a question, which is, where did you learn sculpting? I learned sculpting mostly from YouTube and other tutorials back in the days that are not available anymore, I guess. But mostly YouTube and practice, a lot of practice. You know, you have to practice constantly. I've made numerous concepts into 3D models just for fun, just to hone my skills, and that's how you get better. I have never learned sculpting or studied sculpting except when I was in university. We had sculpting as a class, yes, I admit that, but what we sculpt is an ear, only an ear, from plaster or from whatever it's called. We sculpt an ear and maybe a nose. That's it. We never sculpt something different. So it was... you cannot mention that as something because it was nothing. Nico, what's your shirt meaning now? It's never meaning anything, my shirt. It's just a shirt that I'm wearing. I can be without shirt, but it would be a little bit, you know, problematic for some people, I guess. Yeah. Is being bold requirement to be a good sculptor? I'm getting there then. It's not... I mean, if you watched one of my previous lives, which was with Tsetumir Gurgiev, and he's a very good sculptor. Not only sculptor, he's doing a lot of things. So the interview with him, and you will see he's not bold. And he's just, well, very good. Hey Nico, what's, yeah. But Nico, I'm doing your face course for second time and having a hard time when I need to do heads with planes. With planes. Ah, yeah. The harsh surface part of the sculpt is a pain to me. Do you have any advices? No, just use the brushes like, which was the scrape peaks brush to flatten some things, and the pinch brush to pinch. And that's it. And practice. Only practice will get you there, nothing else. Nobody can get you where you need to go but practice. And by practice I mean to learn such skill like sculpting, you need thousands of hours of practice, and not only just sculpting whatever you like. No, sculpting things from, not from your imagination, you know. Sculpting from pictures, from concepts, stuff like this. Otherwise, you're doing nothing. It's an empty practice. If you just sculpt with no reference, I'm doing sometimes empty practice just to relax, which is good. You can do that. But if you want really to get better, you have to work. That's it. And to work, you have to practice with references, always. Like I'm doing in my lives, you see it. I'm doing it in front of you with a reference, not without. So let's color the hair, by the way, just to have a certain, maybe a little bit bluish. Okay, let's see. Yeah, this is nice color. And maybe a little bit blackish in some areas. Here also, just so we can see the face a bit better. Okay, the face is not as good as I want it to be, but from this point on, we have to do little fixes here, little fixes there. It's not that interesting to watch. That's why I probably will leave it as it is. We'll see. Maybe I will do a little bit of eyelashes, because they are important. When you want to make a sexy female, you have to do some eyelashes. Let me see again. 0.6. Okay, how many polygons? 600,000 polygons, which is fine. It's cool. She will be more smooth than most of my live sculpts, which are more kind of rough. This one will be smoother. Smoother. But Nico, I'm doing your face sculpt second time, okay. Can we see any fully completed sculpting with topology and texturing? Ooh, where am I? You're Saul Goodman of 3D courses, Nico. Okay. Can we see any fully completed sculpting with topology and texturing in a stream anytime soon? It will be difficult, but we'll see. I think your courses are best. You really teach others the best. So I'm teaching the best because they're best. It's good? Yeah, thank you. What do you think? I first learned drawing for creating 3D characters. Yes, it's cool to learn drawing. It's not useless. Drawing is a good skill to have. But it's also difficult. Don't think that drawing is easier than sculpting. It's not. But if you know how to draw, if you are good in drawing, probably it will be easier for you to become good in 3D sculpting. So yeah, you can try to learn drawing for a couple of years and then come back for the sculpting. Or you combine them. You do a couple of hours of each and yeah. Like 2 hours drawing, 2 hours sculpting every day. And it's perfect. Drink beer every day. No, don't drink beer every day. Don't listen to me. Beer is problematic in a couple of ways. It's alcoholic beverage. But also it's kind of it has some calories. So you can get fat with beer. Many people say that you are getting fat with the things that you do with the beer, like potato chips and other stuff. But also the beer, it's not safe, we may say. Mirror, subdivision surface modifier, 2 times, 3 times, Control A. Okay. Even looking at the camera for 1 second is very important. Not quite. I'm sometimes looking at the camera, sometimes not. It's fine. Nico, will you make a course covering stylization of characters from the modeling phase to the texturing phase? Yes, I did that in my other channel. You can see it. It's free. Also, what is the reference of computer monitor do you use? What is the reference of computer monitor do you use? Okay, I'm using PureRef, which is the program for references. That drawing AI, the armor is different in the right side than the left side. Exactly. There are a lot of clues. I agree. Hi from Brazil. Hello, Nico. I bought Huion Canvas 16 Pro 4K display tablet for sculpting, and even I bought your Viking course recently. Loving the course. That's cool. That's cool. Hello, how are you doing? I'm doing great. Nico, can you give any relationship advice? I usually give some. In the relationship, you have to make compromises. That's very important because if you are trying to push yourself on top of the other person, you are trying to push your ideas without taking into consideration other person's feelings. then it will not last usually. What's your favorite course? My favorite course? I don't know, probably the Lobo one. I'm not, because the 3D figure of the Lobo it's amazing. The guy that painted it for me, he printed and painted it for me. Of course, I paid him. It became just one of the best figures I have. Lobo. Hi from Egypt. Why don't you use ZBrush anymore? Yeah, I will make the video of this. Yeah, I'm always promising I will make the video about this, and I should make it these days. It's interesting. Keep going. Yeah, I'm doing it. Yeah, that nose can be a little more curved. Can be. Yeah, my nose is a little bit sharp. Yeah. Where can teachers make the most money, dude? Udemy, Skillshare, or ArtStation? It depends. You know, if you are a very good teacher, for example, let's say you're a very good teacher, you're better than me, for example, and you are making a course, and the course is very good, it's an amazing course, but nobody knows about this course. You don't have a YouTube channel, you don't have Instagram, you don't have anything, and if you don't have those things, you will not be able to promote your course. Nobody will know that your course is there. Then you will make very, very little amount of money. I've seen courses that seems to be nice. I haven't watched them. I've seen just the overall course. I see the description and everything, and I see this course can be good, but it has been there for like a couple of years, and it has 20 people have bought it. So with this amount of buyers, you will not make too many money. That's why in ArtStation we are making the most money, because ArtStation is giving us the most money from each transaction. For example, I'm selling the course for $20 in ArtStation, each course, but I'm getting from this course $18.50. So it's amazing. In Udemy, it's different. In Udemy, if you buy the course from the promo link in the description of each promo video for the course in my other channel, in the speed chart channel, if you buy the course from that promo link, usually I get like 90% of the money, which is okay. $13 usually or something are the courses from the promo links, so it's fine. But if you buy it from other source, in Udemy again, but you just go to Udemy, search and buy it, then I will get like $5 or less. You buy it for the same price, but I will get much less money. And if you buy it from an advertisement because Udemy is advertising the courses in many places. It's advertising them in Facebook. I've seen my courses advertised by Udemy in Facebook. So if you buy it from them, from this advertisement, you click on the advertisement and you buy the course from that link, then you pay again $12 or $13, and I get $1 or $2 from that. It's normal because they're paying money for the advertisement and everything. That's why I get way less money from that. ArtStation doesn't advertise. Usually I haven't seen them advertise. So you go to ArtStation, you find the course, or you just click in the description of this video, you find the course and you buy it, and I get most of the money, which is great for creators. Of course, it's cheaper to buy them in Udemy. It's always cheaper to buy them from Udemy. Not always, of course. If you catch sometimes where there is no discount, then it will be very, very expensive. But nobody is buying the course without discount. Everybody is either waiting for the discounts to come or going to the promo links, and there is always discount in the promo links in the description of each promo video of each of my courses in my other channel. So yeah, that's the idea. Now let's see, let's watch. So my mouth seems a little bit off, the nose seems a little bit big, I think, but let's make it the same size. Yeah, it's not quite there, and it will not be. I'm not saying it will be there. It will probably not be there ever, but let's try a little bit better to make it a little bit better. We will not be able to, most definitely. We'll see. Hi from Egypt, why don't you use ZBrush? Okay, we said that. Curved nose. Hey Nico, and I lost again. Where's your blue t-shirt? It's in the wardrobe. First time catching the stream live, big fan of your work, thank you Rob. How to choose good concept art? This is about feeling. When I watch a concept art in our station and I say this probably will be either too complicated to make on stream, for example, or it will not look as good in 3D. So I'm always like trying to think how a certain art, certain concept will look in 3D. And since I have a lot of experience, usually I can handle that. Do you think Blender is good for likeness sculpting? I know it requires practice, but I wanted to know your opinion on the subject. Yeah, it's absolutely, it's a sculpting software. You can sculpt likeness if you can, but it's difficult. In ZBrush also it's difficult, it's the same. Why are you not using multi-res modifier instead of subdiff, by the way? I don't like multi-res these days. Yeah. Hi Nico, hello. Really, it's not working with bad topology. Where is your blue t-shirt? Yeah, in that. But Nico, we know you did free course with painting with Topo4 games. The character is a fat guy. You need to do the same using a beautiful girl like this one you are sculpting today. Probably. But a free one, really. My courses are not expensive, especially in Udemy. You can buy them for very cheap, and also they are in the torrents. So yeah. But yeah, you say there is no retopology and other stuff, but the retopology of a fat character is kind of the same as retopology of a thin character. It's not different in any case. It's the same thing. Hi Nico, how do you continue sculpting when you block with the concept volume? I don't know what the question is exactly. Can AI replace 3D artists? I think it can, but it still hasn't. So we'll see. Probably it will at some point. But Nico, don't forget about your course about a dragon with scales and fire breathing in Blender. Thanks for the info. I always thought multi-res was basically a better subdiff with more settings. No, yeah, it's better to have a nice topology before you use multi-res, but multi-res was, at least when I was using it a year ago, it was a little bit buggy, so I don't like it too much. Nico, привет, I've recently discovered your live channel, and since I have become my daily dose of inspiration and motivation, thank you very much, you are the best, товарищ. Спасибо тебя. Hi Master, is the portrait AI? Probably yes. Even your course previews are better than so many videos on YouTube. Thank for your kind work. Thank you. No need to be free, Nico, I mean paid. Maybe. For the first time I called him live. Yeah, but the calling me live is not something that you have to aim for, because you always can watch the video after the fact. Now I'm coloring, you see it's brown, which I don't like, so let's go to change that. But with this value, probably value a little bit brighter. We cannot brighten it up more. Saturation, not so much, like this. And hue, maybe green hue would not be as good, but let's try like this. So this is yellow, okay. Now we go and add kind of a more reddish here. Then I select this color and I go and add it everywhere. Okay, so yeah, we need more pink, definitely. I would say we need more pink, like this. But it's not exactly like this, because this is too red. So let's go and make it whiter. So brightness, let's try brightness. Okay, brightness, like this, okay. And let's try the lips to be more red. Let's go with red. No, I'm not sure which red will be nice, but a little bit darker red, probably this. Shouldn't be super saturated, because it will be bad. This one, I don't completely approve this one, but we'll see. We have to be very careful not for her not to look like the Joker. Because if we are not careful, she will start to look like the Joker. So careful, careful. Doesn't look quite right. Probably because the model is not as good. As always. Yeah, you have to be aware of the problems in your sculpt, you know. Because there are always problems. Especially in a sculpt that is made for, let's see how much time. For not even 1 hour. There will be problems. And those problems are fixable. But you have to be aware of them. You have to know that they are there. Otherwise, it will be hard to do so. Nico, do you also hate AI? No, I don't have... you know, AI doesn't hate me. So I don't hate AI. I don't have feelings for the AI. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I'm just like a psychopath. I don't have feelings for it. Hello, what's a good amount of polygons to use in Blender before to take it and retopology? So Blender won't crash. It depends on your machine, of course. For my machine, I can get this up to like 5 million polygons and it will not crash most likely. But I will save. Because otherwise it will be bad. By the way, this is the same file that I was using for the Gorilla stream a couple of days ago. 2 days ago. The Gorilla stream. This is the same file. And I will show you what I did yesterday for practice. Let me show you. So this guy was just without watching, just for relaxation. This is the relaxation sculpt. This also is a relaxation sculpt. But this looks a little bit like me. Yeah. This is me. Of course, it doesn't look too much like me, but yeah. This one is this girl. It looks a little bit better than our current sculpt, I think. But yeah, let's see this. Yeah, this was my first try, I think. Yeah. Yeah, just some practices. Maybe the mouth is a little bit too big, too huge. Let's make it smaller. And the chin, move it. There are things that can be done. The nose probably is a little bit long, but it's difficult to say. Our girl here looks older, as always. It's difficult to make a younger face, you know. And I'm usually not good at it, probably. That's... Young faces are more difficult. Because you don't have anything to catch your eye, may say. But of course, if I spend more time with it, it will happen. And when we make these things, it will be even better. Let me just try here to... Oops, no. That's cool. And let's just do this, like a stylized eyebrow. Eyebrows are pretty important. Without eyebrows, it's bad. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be very bad. Very bad. I will push a little bit above the lips here and smooth it. We'll see if it will work. Not ultra bad, but we have to be careful for it not to look like mustaches, because there is this danger. Alright. Let's fix the ears a little bit. So inflate here. The rabbit course, yeah, what is the course I should start after finish with the mouse? Yeah, you can start the rabbit course. The rabbit course is the same as the mouse, but with different character, which can kind of help you to stabilize your skills, you know. Hi Nico, how did you learn 3D drawing? Did you have a teacher or by yourself? Mostly by myself, but of course, when I was learning how to sculpt, I was in Gameloft already, so there were people there who helped me. We were helping each other. It's important to have something like society with people who are with the same interest as you, and you are pulling yourselves like somebody is doing something nice looking, and the others were like, "Ooh, this guy has done this, and I'm inspired. Let me do the same or better thing." And you are kind of getting better like this. That's why I did the Discord channel. And not only about that, the Discord channel I also did because it's easier to advertise my courses when I get a course, or when I will make a live. It's easier to just post in the Discord channel. And in the Discord channel I have, I think, over 1,500 people, I think. So yeah, it's a good way to advertise. But also, there are people who are posting there. There are people who are, feedbacking, and it's a good community, we may say. So community is very important, and it's not important. It's important. We have to be careful how we say it. Important. It's hugely important to have a good community, because by yourself it will be difficult. It's not impossible though, but it's much more difficult to do it by yourself. That's why community stuff, it's cool. Now let's try to make the eyes. The eyes are always very difficult to get right, and in this case I am certain that it will be bad, but we have to. We just have to do it. Let's select the color of the hair first, but this one with a little bit darker color here, and make the eye. So let's see, the eye will be, it's a little bit too big, I think. And maybe we should make it a little bit more on the center. Yeah, we should do it a couple of times, because otherwise. And now it's, we may say it's fine. It's not, but it's okay. Let's select this and do this just like this. This is just the bottom portion of the eyeball, and this is the black of the eye, the iris. She's looking a little bit upwards, but it's fine. Now I will do this, which is the shadow. It's very important. If you don't do the shadow, you are doomed. Shadow is one of the most important things. And we can try to make her look at the camera as the concept, but I'm pretty sure that it will be a abomination. It's very difficult to do it. I've tried a lot of times, and yeah, I succeed at some point, but it's difficult. It's very difficult to pinpoint the eyes exactly where they should aim. But we'll see, why not? Yeah, many people are asking me about to do the ArtStation review, so we can do that after we finish with this in a couple of minutes. We can do a little bit of ArtStation reviews, although the problem will be that I don't remember where we were last time. So yeah, I probably will start from somewhere. And it's interesting to mock young artists and to, how to say it, to bully them. That's what we're doing, right? Yeah. But sometimes people are relatively good, so we cannot bully them, and it's it makes me sad, you know. It's not as good. You all know that I like to bully people, and that gives me pleasure, you know, inside. Like, I feel warm inside when I bully people and when I make them feel insignificant and bad. We can try that, yeah. We can see if we can do this. I'm not completely approving this girl yet. And I will not approve it. By the way, what I will do, let's try to put down a little bit the eyes. Okay, now the black portion that I put is problematic, the shadow I mean. So I have to do another shadow. In the shadow. Okay. Yeah, the irises has to be bigger, but we need to redo them, but we will not do it. But let me try anyways. I will apply the mirror modifier. Then I will select the first eye. And I will try to rotate it like this. And the other eye, I will rotate it a little bit more. So she is looking a little bit more at us. It's, as I told you, it's a little bit uncanny value. It's not, it's hard. It's hard. But I will leave it as it is now, because it's relatively fine. And I will just do a little bit more for the upper eyelid to be visible. Here we need to put a little bit more dark in this area. Maybe the eyeballs, I can make them bigger. Let's try. Scale. And pull it back. Good. And the other one, scale. And pull it back. And of course, what I need to do is to fake a reflection. Let's try that. I need white. This is white. Why not? It will always look fine, but smaller. Okay, here and here. It's always good to have a little bit something like reflection. It's not even a reflection. I'm not sure how it's called exactly. Let's put some shadow. Not bad, but I say a little bit less. Yeah, okay. I think we are fine now. It's not like the concept in any case. Of course, there are a lot more things that can be done. But, as we know, for now, it's fine. For the time, 1 hour and a little bit more than 1 hour, it's fine. It's absolutely cool. So, yeah. But Nico, today she doesn't so like her mon, so you have improved. I don't know. Nico, can you please show your shading settings? I don't have shading settings. I just use the default ones. I just go here, matte cap. By default it's studio. I use matte cap, and attribute. By default is material. But in material you cannot see your vertex color. So attribute. So matte cap and attribute. That's it. Nico, are you still working in Gameloft, or you have gone absolutely freelance? It's interesting if it's better for the artist to be in a company or to work for himself. I'm translating from Bulgarian, by the way. That's why I'm a little bit, slow. When they have a solid experience like me. So, this girl is asking, she's Bulgarian, she's asking me if it's better to be a freelance when you have such experience like me, or to work in a company. So it depends on what you want. In my case, Gameloft was trying to get us back into the office for a couple of days a week, which I didn't like. And I like the remote work. So if a certain company is kind of offered me a fully remote work with nice characters that I like, I will go to a company again. And for young artists, I always recommend working in some kind of a company in the beginning, because this is invaluable experience that you will get. That's freelance is heavy. It's very difficult to live only from freelance. It's hard, except if you live in your mother's and father's apartment still, or house, or basement. Then probably it's gonna be easier, because you don't pay rent, you don't pay for food, and you don't need too much money to live. But when you start needing money, when you have kids and stuff like this, then I recommend working in a company for a couple of years just to see how it is, and do freelance if you can in your free time. And at some point, when you feel like your freelances are enough for you to support yourself, why not? It's cool. So our girl is not as good as the concept, but it's fine for us. For us, it's fine. We are not aiming for something super nice. How did you get into Gameloft? I will tell that story at some point, but I'm not ready to do so. I told it, by the way, if you want to hear the story, kind of, you can go to my tablet video, which is in my other channel, what tablet I'm using and why. I think it's the name of the video. And there I tell the story of how I got into Gameloft, I think. What is the coolest project you worked on in Gameloft? Probably the last one, with the vampires and the character that I did. The character that I did for the free course in my other channel, which is in the playlists. If you go to my other channel, which is SpeedChar, and go to the playlist there, you will find one playlist with 38 videos, and all those videos is one character from start to finish in Blender, low poly and everything. And this character is from this game, Heroes of the Dark, and the characters from this game was very much fun to do. There were werewolves, vampires, humans. Amazing, very nice. Good evening, beautiful people. But yeah, you say good evening, beautiful people, but if somebody is not beautiful, what then? Next time, try using transform pivot point and individual origin to rotate both of the eyes at the same time. It's not gonna work that much, because each eye has to be rotated differently than the other one. You know, the eye which is closer to the camera has to be rotated a little bit less. The other one has to be rotated a little bit more to look at the same point. It's complicated. I mean, she doesn't look like her mom, so not as old as you did. Yeah, it's better than before. Did you try to convert the character to DAZ Studio before? No. Do you have a monitor, tablet, or just a normal one? Just a normal one. How is the sculptor market? It's weak these days. He only uses the normal one. Not cool. No, not cool. I have never tried to sculpt in Blender before. I definitely tried. Thank you, Nico. Your work is awesome. Thank you very much. If you want to learn how to start sculpting in Blender, you can go to my other channel, and I have a video how to start sculpting in Blender. That's how it's called, and it has a lot of videos. It has more than 200,000 videos, I think, views. I think it has a lot of views. So yeah, you can check it out. Nico, if you have to continue this portrait, you change the face proportions. Maybe I will change a lot of things, but I will need time to look at it, because now I look at it and I don't have time to go away from it and then look at it through a fresh eye. That's why I'm making some mistakes. Although the mistakes are not that much, because I am pretty experienced, yes. But still, there are mistakes. And there are problems. That's why it doesn't look as the concept. What do you think of VFX College? It's cool. If it's cool, it's cool. You have to see what are the opinions of that particular one that you want to try to go in. Yeah. How do you select project for freelance? Do you take it if project is well paid but boring, or interesting but has low budget? No. no to both. So if it is boring, for example, some kind of a not stylized but realistic character, and it's a high budget, I usually will not take it. I will say no. If it's stylized and nice character but very low budget, I will not take it again. I would take it if I was younger, but nowadays, no, I value my time nowadays more. But if it's relatively good budget, maybe on the low side but not very low, and it's a nice and interesting project, I probably would get it now. Do you plan to 3D print all of the sculptures you have made? No, no, just the ones that I have spent more time, like those from my courses, for example. Yeah, the Viking course I have already printed. You know, most of my recent courses I have printed already. Yeah, this is the Viking. You can almost see it. I know that you cannot see it quite much, but yeah, this is the girl with the pointy armors. It's difficult to see, but yeah. And yeah, I'm printing most of those, but for example, to print this girl, it will be useless. It's nothing for me. This sculpt is nothing but just practice, just something to do. Sometimes I'm sculpting one head, another head, three heads, four heads, a little bit of a body, something, and I'm not even saving the file. I just close the file at some point. It's just for me. Those things are just practice. And it's the practice, the practice itself is valuable, not the sculpt. The sculpt is nothing. It's something that I have done for an hour. It's useless. Hello, Speecher. I always like your streams. Thank you. Do you have a son, daughter, Nico? Yeah, I have a son and a daughter. Are they so interesting in sculpting? No, they're not. My daughter is interested in drawing, but she's 5, so it's a little bit early for her. My son is 14 and he's not interested in any of that, so yeah. Nico, can you show mouse sculpt? No, the mouse sculpt is I haven't printed. Nico, you may have heard in the industry that someone is after CAD through Max College. No. Do you have any competitors back then or now? There are always competition. There are always that's the beauty of it, because you're not. I'm never the best. I'm never even close. If you watch people like Grassetti, for example, and others, there are levels above me, and most of the time that's because they are perfectionists and they are spending much more time than me on sculpting and everything, and when they are showing some work, it's usually a result of many more hours than I am willing to put in a work. But that's okay. I mean, there are people for everything. I haven't applied for jobs in 3D because it's hard for me to get a job in a company. I'm currently trying to print toy heads so I can sell on eBay. It's also a difficult thing, but yeah, maybe you can. Nico, can you show your sculpt by mouse? How much do you earn each month? That's a pretty personal question, I would say, but yeah. Did you see works of Dan Elder? Probably, but I don't recall. Now, let's go to ArtStation portfolios and try to find something that we haven't seen. I will just go. Okay, let's get this off. Okay, this one. I think we saw this one. Let's see it again. Yeah, I think we saw this guy. He's from Iran, and he's doing a pretty good job, I would say. So we cannot mock this guy. We cannot make fun of him because he's pretty good. So let's continue and try to find somebody to make fun of. Okay, I'm joking about the fun, of course, you know I'm joking. You should never make fun of people who are, you know, not as good in art, because nobody have been born with the skill. You have to earn it, you have to work on it. So here we see some hard surface stuff, some clothes, and some characters at the end. Let's see this one, which is probably one of the final ones, 5 months ago. 5 months ago. It's not bad, we may say. Probably the arms look a little bit bigger than they should be, but there are things, you know, it's normal. Okay, it's a sculpt. which is good. The shading looks nice. I mean, I like how the muscles, the inner portions are a little bit darker, but overall there are issues. There are a lot of issues, we may say. Yeah, but this, I think it's a girl from India, which is great. If this is the artist, I'm not sure if this is a girl name or boy name. I'm not sure because it's Indian name, and I'm not a specialist on that. But I guess if this artist, let's say this is an artist, no matter boy or girl, is doing so many like muscular guys, most of the time muscular guys are done by men. You know, when I was young, and now also, I like to do muscular people. I mean, like heavy muscles. And this is not super bad, but still it has some issues. Yeah, it's not bad. This, you know, it's one of the things here I see is the hair and beard are not ultra bad, which is good. But there are problems with the skull. There are problems with the nose and the eyes. You should avoid doing male eyes with a cat eye shape. It's bad. Usually it's not looking good. But yeah, it's I would say not bad. Maybe somebody can tell me it's a girl or a boy, which doesn't matter too much. But Nico, how old are you? I'm 42 years old. Hell, Nico, I bought 2 of your courses these days. Thanks for all, man. No, thank you. If you buy them, I have to thank you, not you to thank me, because you have put your hard-earned money to buy my product. And why should you thank me about that? You know, I should thank you that you have put your hard-earned money so I can eat. Not only bread, but also a little bit of salami, maybe someday, if I have money for that, you know. Nico, can you draw? Yeah, I can draw better than most people. Yeah. Is it better to become a 3D generalist these days? Okay, it's a girl. Okay, this is a girl's name. Okay, so yeah, she's doing great. But of course, she's doing nice or relatively nice hard surface. But for the characters, more time and practice is needed, which is good, because the thing is that she's doing practices, which is visible, and it's cool. So Mael is doing this. So this is not very good. It's overall it's something like a statue, okay, of Lilith, we may say, yeah, but it's very crumbly. Everything, it doesn't have a good base in it, which is, yeah. Let's see other things. Yeah, overall we cannot say anything because they are very, you know, when you see this, usually when let's imagine I am a guy who is searching for somebody to do hard surface for me, and I see this portfolio. What will I do? Nothing. I will skip it. If I'm searching for somebody to do character for me, I see this portfolio. What will I do? I skip it. If I'm a character, if I'm somebody who is looking for somebody to do environments for me, I will probably see this. Let's see. But 3D environments, and I will skip it because this is not 3D. You cannot see it's like from certain angles and stuff. So this portfolio is not doing very good. But since this is a young 3D artist, he's just starting, I will recommend he try to put more time into a character, try to do a better character, and put more time into rendering and everything, and start to renew the portfolio and remove most of the other things. And for the young character, usually, for the young artist, usually they have to ask this question: do I want to be a character artist? Do I want to be a environment artist or prop artist? Or I want to be a generalist? Or what do I want to be? I was having this choice when I was, maybe it was 12 or 13 years ago. I was in Gameloft and I wanted to be a 3D artist. And they asked me, but Do you want to be an environment 3D artist or character 3D artist? And I was like, okay, give me both tests, because I had to do the test. Give me both tests and I will see which one I will do, or I will do both and then we'll see. I started to do the environment test and it was not going well because it was boring. And I started doing the character test. I did the character test, it became pretty well for the time, and I become a character artist. So for me it was easy. Do you go live on Twitch? Not more. I once was on Twitch now, or Twitter. No, Twitch. It was Twitch. Anywhere here professional artists from India? I guess there are artists from India here and there. Visit site. Okay, Furkan is doing this. This is not looking ultra bad, but I would like to see it with color, because the render is not bad. The overall sculpting is also like, this type of sculpting is cool, but colorful. It's a stylized model, it needs color. Okay, so this is made from AI. Okay, Furkan is from Turkey and he is saying no to AI by AI. Yeah, so interesting. He has some AI works and we cannot say which, probably those things are his. Yeah, obviously yes. There are some 3Ds here, which is good, but overall this portfolio is all over the place. We have AI stuff, we have AI animations, we have some kind of icons, item and skill icons. We have environment, we have characters which are drawn, we have characters which are sculpted. So all over the place. I would say clean up your portfolio, or make two profiles, one for AI and 2D, and one for the 3D, mostly for characters, if you want to be a character artist, of course. That's my advice. Other than that, I don't know, because there are a lot of things, but you know, especially those old ones like this one. This one is, I would not put this in my portfolio, let's say, because this is a work that it's usually takes, let's say, half an hour or so, and it's this kind of works, this kind of practice works don't belong in your portfolio. In your portfolio you have to put works that you have spent a lot of time on. You have tried to make them as perfect as you can with your skill in the time. If you put practice works like this in your portfolio, like this one that I just did for 1 hour and 10 minutes, it's I don't recommend that. I don't recommend that. Just for the portfolio, try better. Don't put everything that you do in portfolio. Some things are just for practice. You can post them in the Discord server. Here in Whips, for example, you can post them. See, 1 hour sculpt. It's looking very good. Let's see. It's amazing. I a little bit doubt it, but it's fine. Probably it is. It's cool. Amazing, yeah. This one, cool. This is from Jay Hill. I think he has done something like this. This one, cool. You know, the skull is very nice, and the guy is not as good. The proportions are a little bit off, but still, it's cool. You know, this is the whip section. You can post whatever you are doing, something just for fun. You post it here, and it's fine. Oh, let's go back to the ArtStation portfolios, and let's see. So this girl is from Yusa Erdogan. So this is the son of the Turkish president, current Turkish president, I guess. Yeah. There are some problems with the face, but overall it doesn't look super bad. It's fine. It's looking relatively fine. We have views from all angles, which I recommend usually to have. We have something probably as a turntable here, and let's see the other things. I think we have seen this guy's works, and I would remove this one This one probably also. The monkey, I don't know. But this one is not bad. 1 hour speed sculpt. As I said, 1 hour speed sculpts or 2 hour speed sculpts, they don't have a place in your portfolio. Unless you want your portfolio to not be a portfolio, but just random things that you throw there, which is okay. It's not a portfolio. Don't expect somebody to, to ask you for work if your portfolio is not a portfolio. If it's a portfolio, then most of the things there have to be well presented, and you have to spend more time doing them. Otherwise, it's not a portfolio. It's just random things that goes. Yeah, my desktop you saw, and it's disgusting, I know. Now, where are we? Why we moved? Let's see. Okay, now here. Kira 1 art. Kira 1 art looking promising. Alright. I think we have seen this, I'm not sure. But there are drawings, which are not ultra bad, but a little bit proportions. For example, this one, the mouth is not on the right place. It has to be a little bit more on the right. Other than that, it's fine. But yeah, there are some 3Ds. And this one, let's see. This one, on the first glance, it looks pretty cool. But then you see, it's visible that it's not a professional artist, because for example, these clothes, they look too flat, and the wrinkles that are on the clothes, they are not logical if they are wrinkles. The hairs here on the top, it looks very good, I would say, looking great. Let's see. Yeah, the render itself, I don't know, the eyes also are a little bit strange, and there is too much texture on some of the elements. It's a stylized character. You shouldn't crumble this much the metal parts here. They should be metal, and they're super crumbled. They're like smashed. Usually it's not exactly like this, but some of the things in the portfolio has to go. Many things of the portfolio. Let's see this one. What's this? 2D? No, it's a 3D. It's an interesting piece, but still issues with the wrinkles and with other stuff. But I see this guy or girl from Georgia is trying, making characters, developing, and we see that there is a progress. So yeah, that's cool. Continue in the same way. Let's see Sumo. Onward. This is a skull. This is a skull, but also an axe. But what? This is a set piece for an axe. So the skull here looks pretty good. Axe, good. But the render is kind of not render at all. It's just, it seems like it's just a print screen. It's not even in the middle of the composition. It's nothing. This also, the skull itself, it's okay, but it's something that a normal artist can do for like 2 hours, even less. So it doesn't belong in the portfolio too much, in my opinion at least. How about my next course? I don't know, we'll see. We will play Baldur's Gate 4, I guess. Yeah, probably, we'll see. But I'm considering Baldur's Gate 4 and Starfield. We'll see how it will go. Okay. Let's see this. Starfield, because it's from Bethesda, and we're giving more chance to Bethesda. I hear that the Fallout 76, by the way, nowadays is a pretty good game. Like 2 years after the release or something. I'm not sure when it was released. Maybe 3 years after release. So nowadays it became a nice game. But I don't have time for this. I have to... If I spend like 5 hours a day or more into certain game, then when I will stream, when I will develop my skills, it will be difficult. So this is Wednesday, and it's visible that it's Wednesday because of the clothes mostly. The ultra wide jaw is, I'm not sure exactly, and also the neck is looking a little bit thicker than it should be, I guess. But overall, it's not very bad. This type of clothing buy, it's very difficult to do, and I like how it became here. All the folds in the clothes are not bad. They're looking good. So this guy, Agustin Brando from India, it's visible that he's working hard on each of his models. He's spending a lot of time on them, and that's valuable. That's very valuable because it's visible. It's visible. He's trying to do a nice presentation. He's trying. Of course, he has problems with the hands, which is, yeah, they're difficult. Hands are usually difficult, but this fox character looks fine. The folds are not bad. Here on the back, the tail is not bad. It's a certain style. They're making this style of hairs, very tiny hairs and stuff, for some of the figures, for some of the action figures, or just figures. So it's cool. Yeah, I think this guy is doing good. Of course, need more. It's always needed more. I'm not even happy with my models, so don't expect me to say that somebody is a perfect artist, except for people like Grassetti and other famous people like Jan Spriggs or Hussein Diba. By the way, Diba has some models that are awkward, but other than that, he's very good. Did you ever try display tablet? Back in the days, I tried display tablet, maybe 10 years ago or something, and I didn't like it. There was a lag, a little bit of a lag. I don't like it. Nowadays, probably they're good, but I'm used to the normal stupid tablet that I'm using, the cheapest Wacom tablet I'm using. And about the tablet, just go to my other channel, which is Speedchar. This is Speedchar Live. The other channel is Speedchar. It has over 70,000 subscribers. This one has 26, 27. So 70,000, and there you can find a video for the tablets. Just search for it. Tablet. What tablet am I using and why? Something like this was the name of the video. And in this video you can find all the answers. Baldur's Gate 3, probably 3, yeah. Do you have wrinkle course? Not quite much. But I'm doing in some of the courses, if they're needed. Have you ever made facial animations, will you? Probably at some point, if somebody wants. I can try, but yeah. In my ArtStation, I separate the project into folders. I don't like that. I don't like this folder separation because usually I click on the first folder, which is all. And I go there and, I like just to, when I click on a certain portfolio, to see all the works at the same time. I don't like to click again to go to another, and this is just, in my opinion, this is stupid from ArtStation to give this opportunity to people. But this is my opinion. This is not, when you're hearing somebody to speak to you, like me, I'm doing a live or whatever, and you shouldn't believe him 100%. You should have this critical thinking. You should think, if the thing that I'm saying, according to your perspective and your experience, is it okay? Yeah. If it's not, maybe I'm wrong for you. So it's fine. Assalamu alaikum. Late from Bangladesh. How are you doing, sir? I'm doing great. We are doing some ArtStation reviews now. We're having somebody from Turkey. Sena Turhan. It's very joyful. We see this purple colors and bright colors here with almost no shadow, and then we have these dark things here with shadow and black and stuff, and then again bright things with it's interesting. When I see this portfolio, I don't know what to think, and especially those bottom parts here, some of those things are very simple, and when you begin your 3D art career, it's normal to be proud to make even this thing. For example, this. It's normal when you start. For the first year when I started working with 3D Max, I would be happy to do something like this for the first couple of months. But then, when you reach a level like this, for example, then I would say, delete those old stuff. Just remove them. This one doesn't look as bad, but still those are some kind of low poly stuff, which I think it should be more smooth. And yeah, but maybe this artist likes to just everything to look low poly, not to be smooth, which is kind of a style, I guess. But it depends. Sometimes I think there should be a place for those kind of arts in the world, and maybe somebody would want this thing done for him for money. But I'm not sure. I don't quite understand. You know, when I'm reviewing the portfolio, I'm reviewing it from the perspective of my portfolio, which are mostly stylized characters and just characters for video games, we may say. So yeah, this seems interesting. The render looks nice. It seems like a hand-drawn texturing stuff is going on, but it's I don't quite understand what's happening. Let's see this. So we have a not very anatomical arm coming out of this interesting prison, but the prison itself looks pretty cool. So I would say this guy is pretty good in hard surface modeling, which is not ultra hard surface though, because it has this kind of interesting wooden things and metal things which are not exactly super hard. They are kind of in a nice shapes, but we don't see too much characters in this. So I would say more stuff is needed so we can make an opinion about a Roman. Okay, let's say G. This guy is called G. Let's try to click here. I think we will be able to do it, but we'll see. Okay. We're not able to go to Nikita Kudrin to see his works. I don't know why. The links are not quite working. Are we still live? Yes, we are. Nico, what's the most successful game you worked on, if you can say? March of Empires. March of Empires is a game, pretty addictive game by the way, and they have a very nice community. I think there were even people from March of Empires who met on the game, girl and a boy, not only one occasion of this, and they married afterwards. So it's very interesting. But the game is with like knights and certain stuff. You are making knights and you're killing others, their castles and stuff. Pretty normal these days, those type of games. But I have worked for that, and it's the game that makes Bulgarian Game Loft, I think, the most money. My portfolio is Joe Hart. If you don't have filter for mature content, or please don't click in it. What do you think about posting characters from courses? Posting character from courses is completely okay in my opinion. Especially when you are still learning, you can always post those characters, and maybe at some point when you do your characters, you just chose a concept, you do it, you spend the time, you render it, you make it completely. Then at some point when you collect a certain portfolio of those characters, you can delete those from courses. But this doesn't look quite bad. I would say the pose is relatively cool. The anatomy is okay. Here the belly button looks a little bit too huge and strange, but okay. The face is fine. The hair, cool. Overall, not bad at all, I would say. Andrea Filippi from Italia. This guy knows his stuff. He's not a beginner, I would say. And he's a character artist in a studio. So, yeah. This guy is obviously good. So, what can we say? Of course, there are things that I would do differently in some of his models. But overall, obviously he's not a beginner. He's more intermediate to professional artist. yeah. It depends how we define professional artist though. For example, if we define professional artist as someone like Grassetti, so I am not a professional artist also because I'm worse than him. So I am also intermediate to advanced artist or advanced to professional. If we say there is a beginner, there is intermediate, there is advanced, and there is professional. So this guy was advanced, very advanced. I may be a professional, and then there is an ultra professional like Grassetti, for example, and many other people that are ultra professionals. They are very good. I am something like a BMW 5 Series, and Grassetti is something like a Pagani Zonda, for example. He's like, you know, the shit, we may say. Let's see. This is the character of my free course in YouTube. Pretty cool, but as we can see, he's falling backwards. At least he seems like he's falling a little bit backwards. But he has a pose. It's interesting. Yeah, he looks cool. And Akim Ie from Poland, he has done all the things in the course. Let's see what he says. Work based on this course. Udemy course. Okay, yeah. So he probably bought the course because I also sell the course, although it's free in YouTube. Game ready character models. Low poly is 12,000 triangles, which is pretty good even for a mobile game. Very good, very good. Very good. The model itself is not in a super good quality, but I like how the guy has spent the time and make everything from the course. Everything. He has done the whole course strictly, which is super nice. And he has some interesting hard surface models, but you know, we don't care about hard surface that much. Why? Because it's easy. No, it's not. It's not super easy, but it's easier than to know anatomy and working from concept. It's easier. This monster looks pretty cool, I would say. Yeah, I like it. I like it. You know, when you see the monster, you say, okay, let's see. Does it has an interesting silhouette? Let's see this one. Yeah, it has interesting silhouette, so check. Does it have the first level of detail? Is it well made? Yes, it is. So the first level of detail, I mean this bump here, this overall detail here, the thing that the eyes are on, and other details. They're well made. They're not very bumpy. They're like smooth enough. They're good. Then the second level of detail, is it logical? So all those wrinkles, they're following the shape. They're following a good pattern. So overall, this seems pretty good to me. I would say very good. So yeah, he has made also this dragon, which looks pretty impressive, I would say. Yeah. Maybe the presentation is a little bit because it looks a little bit flat. When you see it from this point, which is not the best presentable point in any case, it would be best if he has blurred the back parts. So, and the face would have more ambient occlusion, maybe. But from here it looks pretty cool. It will never be that dark from below, by the way, because from below you have clouds, and clouds also will project some light, and it will never be that dark. So it's a little bit strange. But other than that, the model looks great. So yeah, we are good. So yeah, for monsters, I would say monsters are easier to make than characters, like humanoid characters, because characters are. Can you make course about logic of wrinkles? Probably, but not exactly. We'll see. We'll see. There are a lot of courses that can be done. You're the ultimate professional. No, not quite. Hi Nico, you probably skipped some portfolios. I sent mine in 26.6 and checked last videos and I can't find your review. Oh no, I'm now on portfolios posted. They're posted. Did I really skip some? 7, 8, 7, 7. So you say 26.6. Let's see. 26.6. 6. But we have watched some of those. Ooh, this one is looking very good. Let's see it. Wow. You see, this is an example of very, very nice model. Very, very nice render. It's just super nice. That's it. Very good rim light. Overall lighting is very nice. There are not too much dark, ultra black shadows. The model itself looks very nice. The logic of the husks that are coming from the mouth, how they are intercepted and connected with the face is very cool. Overall, amazing character. Let's see other characters from this guy. This guy is just the shit, you know. He's good. This guy is very good. So we cannot say anything about him. Just go and follow this guy. He's very good. He's from Ukraine. By the way, Ukraine, there are a lot of very, very good artists from Ukraine. Amazing artists. This one, I think we haven't seen also. So yeah, probably skipped some. I'm sorry. Sorry about that. This is, you know, the render itself, it's cool. It's presented pretty well. But I am a little bit worried about the face and some other features. But overall, he's not bad, I would say. Not ultra bad. The skin itself, yeah, he's dirty. But the skin itself should be a kind of a more skinny material. It looks a little bit strange. Yeah. Okay, we've seen this portfolio, I think, because I remember Mr. Bean. So, let's see, 26.6. This one. This one is 26.6. Pretty cool, I would say. Yeah, you see, this. What can you say about this? It's very nice, but not enough time spent, you know? Not enough time spent. I would just make the hair a little bit with more sharper detail. But the face looks pretty cool. Yeah, very cool. Overall, great job with the face. Let's see something else. Come on, load. Yeah, this girl. Very nice. I think we've seen this, I'm not sure. But it's pretty cool. I would say spend more time on your models because you see we have it's super clean, okay, yeah, but there can be, for example, the boots. They look unfinished. They look like you just made something, just put it there and leave it, which is making the whole thing look a little bit unfinished, and your whole stuff is like unfinished. You do a nice face, then overall the pose and the anatomy is pretty cool. And then it's not finished. The boots doesn't seem to be as finished. And also, yeah, there can be some folds here and there. Just very, you know, here also should be folds. Everything seems too straight, to like some kind of a very thick rubber cloth, which doesn't fold at all. Very strange. But the mushrooms and the clouds are very nice. Yeah, but overall good. Overall good, I would say. Yeah, pretty good. Who do you think is the best 3D artist in your opinion? There are a lot of them. We cannot say which one. But if you go to our station, let's just check out this guy. And then go to our station. And we have to finish this video. Yeah. So this, yeah, obviously there are problems with the anatomy here. The biceps, a little bit strange. The shoulder is a little bit too much cut. It doesn't flow. The face has issues and the eyes are glowing too much. And the eyebrows are strange. But overall the shape of the skull here, the top of the it's not bad, I would say. But there are issues. There are issues here. Maxim. Again. We saw this guy. Oh no, we haven't. Yeah, he has nice things. But yeah, probably a younger artist, and he needs more time to develop himself, which is good. Yeah. So let's go to ArtStation, and if we go to trending, usually we will find good 3D artists. For example, let's see this guy. What is this? 3D scan score. Okay, we don't see this guy. By the way, this seems like a work from yeah, from Niyazi Selimoglu. Exactly like it looks like his work. So he has made some things for the 3D scan store. He's very good, by the way. He's one of the famous ones who are good. Let's see other 3D character art. This one is not 3D character. It's just a character, but not 3D. This one is 3D, I think. Yeah, this is 3D. This is Kim Tai Hyun. So those Chinese guys, they are making just the things that they are making are wow. You see the feathers here, they look crazy. Just crazy. Let's see, this is wow. This guy has very, very interesting things. So who is to say that if this guy is better or I am better? Although I've seen those ooh, this has 7.8k likes. This guy is better than me. Definitely. He's just amazing. So yeah, one of the best, as you can see. See, anatomy. We don't have anything to say about anatomy. Yeah, I can find some things to say, but overall, it's perfect. This one, stupidly nice. Amazing. Very cool. Dynamic pose and everything is just super nice. So yeah, let's go down. Where were we? We were around here. Yeah, after this monster we are here, but we'll have to finish. Who do you follow and take inspiration from the most? Let's see, who am I following? I'm following a lot of people, even 2D artists. I follow a lot of 2D artists. Oh, this is pretty good. This guy is good. Yeah, the hair is amazing here. Wow. Very, very nice. The only thing I don't like is the hair material. It's too shiny. It's not... I don't completely approve. But overall, amazing stuff. Let's see. He's from Georgia. And this is his best work. The other ones, I would say delete them immediately. Let's see this one, but... Yeah, this one is not ultra bad. But comparing to the last work, to this girl, everything else looks just nothing. Just like nothing. So I would just leave this one. It will be better. You know, instead of having a portfolio with one very nice work and couple middle works or mediocre works, I would say it's better to just have one nice works and the other ones just delete. That's my advice. But who do I follow? Let's see. My collection, connection. Let's go to view profile and see following. This is my portfolio. It doesn't look bad. We see this guy. Pretty cool, pretty cool. But with this guy, the mustache, for example, is completely Photoshop. The eyes and the eyebrows also Photoshop. So the model itself is like this. Yeah, this is the model. But the model is not bad itself, but yeah, there are a lot of Photoshops in some renders, especially more realistic ones. Let's see who I'm following. I'm following this guy because, yeah, this one it's very cool. I like it. I like especially the presentation is very nice. The background looks pretty cool. The material for the skin looks amazing. the anatomy of the arms and the shoulder connecting to the arms, it's a little bit problematic, but I like the presentation a lot. It's amazing, and overall the model looks pretty cool. So yeah, I like it. This one also, pretty cool. Yeah, when I see, you see, just two things, but I follow. Why? Because I see the potential. The potential is huge, especially with this kind of ultra cool presentations, with nice materials and nice overall view. Like everything, the background and everything is very well presented. What do we see? Other things. Alexander from Russia. Let's see. If I follow him, he probably is good. Yes, as you can see, pretty good. He's not ultra professional, but he can be at some point, because he has very nice stuff, like this one. Who can say this is bad? Amazing render, nice materials, amazing model, so it's cool. And this one, very nice presentation, very nice model. What can we say? We cannot say it's bad because it's good. But of course, what are the best artists? I don't know. Let me see my recent likes. And I would say a lot of... Okay, who is this? Maria Panfilo. By the way, Maria is just wow. So maybe, I'm not saying that it's true, but maybe this is the best, female 3D artist in the world, I would say. And just wow. Just, you see the hands, amazing. So artistically made, so nice. And overall the pose, the wrinkles, the folds, everything is just superb. And all the things she does. She has 83,000 followers in ArtStation. That alone will tell you a lot. She's just superb artist. And if you say, I'm a very good professional, she's like, levels above. Such stuff, just amazing things. This takes a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience to do, and she has all of it. So yeah, very cool. She's very, artistic, and also very good at the craft, very good as a craftsman. Yeah. Maxim Korolevsky say, you are right, I'm 19 years old and it would be great if you tell what's actually wrong instead of this and this strange. What's wrong is usually you don't have enough practice, you don't have enough anatomy knowledge, and you don't have enough work from concepts to be able to catch completely the concept overall design, the overall shape. And of course that's normal in the beginning. And when you have years and years of experience, then if you don't capture it, it will be a problem. Now it's not a problem at all. You just have to work more. Heniko, do you think that stylized characters are better than realistic ones for ArtStation portfolio? No, I don't think either one is better. They are equally good. It depends what you like to do and what you are aiming for. If you aim to do more realistic characters, if you aim for people to search for you, to seek you for more realistic characters, then yeah, do realistic characters. If you aim for people to look for stylized characters, for you to do stylized characters, then do stylized characters for your portfolio. That's it. It's absolutely normal. How do you recommend we study anatomy? Books. Anatomy, how to study anatomy? Practice it, either drawing or sculpting, and look for books, Anatomy for Sculptors, Bames Anatomy, and every anatomy for artists will work, but not only one, all of them. Use the more you find them. Use Proco anatomy courses in YouTube, free ones, are amazing, and practice. And also my anatomy courses are pretty good. And practice. Can you show your Batman sculpt? Thank you. My Batman sculpt? Yeah, it's I can show it. It's nothing too much. I haven't sprayed it in with the proper paint, and also the cape is broken, so it's just this. I am Batman. Čeka prilep. Yeah. Nothing too much. Okay, guys. This will be it for today. And see you in the next stream or course or whatever. Probably the next stream, because the course... Yeah, I'm not working on the course right now. So it will be a long time until I release a new one. So, buy my current ones. I have like 13 or 14 courses, so a lot of them. A lot of courses you can buy if you want. Bye.